Now we're back onto a pushrod install. So, when we're messing around with these, here's your lifters. They're fully adjusted all the way down, or they should be. Just going to go down and make sure they're all fully seated. This is where we're going to put the bike in gear and kind of rock it back and forth. If you had a Kickstarter, it's much easier. Just rotate it over that way. But I don't on this bike, so we got to rock the bike back and forth. So I'm going to click it in gear. Going up to second, like so. And then, hopefully you guys can see this on camera, I'm going to watch the lifters and see which one seats first, and that's how I'm going to start the assembly. Let's try third. Definitely also want to pull your spark plugs when you're doing this. Makes the motor roll over a lot easier. But I think if we look at this, bottom one should be about seated. So I'm going to take the push rod. Again, when I pulled this apart, I laid them all out in order. So I got rear exhaust, rear intake, front exhaust. Take your push rod. Make sure it seats in the cup up top. Like that. Drop it in, and now we have this little gap right down here. Goes in nice and easy. So now I'm going to back off this top nut all the way. Until I start getting some tension on there. So now this whole push rod wiggles around. I'm going to keep backing off. So right now where it sits, I got the push rod installed in the cup on both. There's a little bit of wiggle, which is normal, since it's not jam nutted down. But I can still spin. Let me see if you guys can see this. I can still rotate the push rod freely. I'm trying to figure out what the best way to show you guys this is. A lot of people get worried about push rod stuff, but it's really not that complicated. You have your push rod, cup is up. Right now, if I spin it, there's a little bit of drag on it, right? If I back this in, if I thread this bottom adjuster down at all, now it free spins, okay? There's a fine line here of where you want that. You do not want it tight and dragging on here. If I tighten this up, I can't spin the push rod. This is bad. You want free play there. So if I take this an eighth turn back in, right there, spins nice and free, okay? The looser this is, will cause a lot more valve train clatter. However, you're not going to break anything. If you run it tight, your valves will stick or could hang up and stay open, which knocks off all your compression and your bike won't make any power. Loose motor is a happy motor in my opinion, so we're going to leave it right there. The downside to running them on the loose side is they do get a little noisy, but if you don't want it noisy, don't buy an Ironhead. They're designed that way for a reason. Individual push rods on each valve and individual cams. Look at race motors and race bike designs. A lot of them follow that path. This right now is a little snug. I like a little less tension than that. So I'm going to come up to this top half inch and give it a quarter turn. Nice, smooth, easy. Right there, spins free. Half inch wrench up top just to lock this down. Like so. And there we go. Push rods in. I'm going to reassemble this right now. Some people like to wait and put the clips in at the end, but it's completely your preference. If you want to rotate the motor over or haven't done this before and want to verify that everything's good, go ahead and do all these clips at the end. A couple ways to do this. You can jam a screwdriver into the collar. You can pry a screwdriver in between the fins. A lot of the times it'll scratch up the fins if you do it that way. Another way, if you put this screwdriver underneath the cup and use the collar, keep tension on it, as your pivot point, you can drop this down, push rod collar slides right in. I'm not sitting here messing around or scratching any of the fins on the nice powder coat that's on here. Different ways to do it, doesn't really matter, both will work. Now, if I come over here to the rear intake, or the front intake, This one should be about ready, so I'm going to grab my front intake push rod, slide it up into the cup, drop this down, back the adjuster up, all the way up to the top again, just like we did on the last one. Go till it seats. Should be coming up pretty quick, right there. Seated right now. I can still spin it. Then reach down, lower your jam nut down. Just like that, 1/2 inch up top. 7/16 on the bottom. Snug it up. It's probably going to be a little, oh no, that worked. When I tightened up that jam nut, it put just the right amount of tension. I was going to say it had it sitting a little tight on there. Reach up to the collar, make sure this seats into the O-ring like it's supposed to. I like to push it up a little bit with the screwdriver first, like that. Grab your collar, pivot, pry, install. So now, 2 push rods are in. I got to do the same thing, but now I got to rotate the motor over because these are both up high. They're not fully seated. So let's give it a rock. So that front exhaust is coming up right now. Rear intake is coming up. Front exhaust is going down. Front exhaust typically tends to be the hardest one to get in on all of them, shovelheads, panheads. Well, shovelheads and ironheads at least. It's not down yet. It's the one we're going for. Let me keep rocking her back. You could bump the starter on this too, but when you start doing that, it leaks a ton of oil. All right. There we go. So now this is up. Put your push rod in. Make sure that it seats up in the top. If it's not seated in the top, or you're running into some tension on this, that's why. So we're going to back this all the way out. I know this is kind of repetitive, but I see a good amount of people struggling with push rods, so if this helps anybody, great. Applicable on all the older Harleys. Evos, they changed the design. On an Evo, they got the sandwich plates up on top. So essentially, you're running straight hydraulic lifters, which I know on the Evo Sporties at least, there's no adjustment. They are taped with rainbow colors of different things to tell you which ones go where. But on a hydraulic setup, it's basically drop the push rods down in and then start tightening them down at the head to set your valve train. They do sell adjustable kits that you can buy too, but if you got to get into the push rods, you got to pull the top of the motor apart, which is why I'm not an Evo guy. These I can fix on the side of the road or adjust if I have any problems. I guess the trade-off there is supposedly Evos don't break. Like that's actually true, not at all. But I'm not knocking them. I do think they're a great motor. I like the old stuff that makes noise and knocks around. Needs a little bit of attention. And we're in luck. Rear intake is also down at the bottom, so we can move this back and readjust this again. Last one locked down. This one's actually a little tight, so I'm going to turn this upper one in just a sliver. Right there. Good, good. Drop this back down, and then we put the collar back in. Hopefully this starts. I had this on the charger last night, and now I've been leaving the ignition on most of the day because I'm a fool. All right, push rods are back in. Let's fire it up. Spark plug wires should go back on, which also reminds me, since I'm looking down here, make sure you take it out of gear since we're in third. Obviously the airbox is not hooked up right now, so might run a little lean, but all right, neutral, gas is on. Does this need to be grounded? Probably. I don't remember. Little choke. Didn't need much, just a little bit of choke. So now we'll slap this airbox back on. But nice, healthy, good running Ironhead. We'll have a brake light switch soon. Up for sale if anybody's interested. Take it easy.